Libra Rising, Jupiter will be entering your 11th house of Leo between July 2026 and July 2027. I'm Sook Boy, you're awesome. Let's talk about it. The 11th house governs over your friendship circles, your quest for community. It also speaks to your relationship with the internet and social network, broadly speaking. So while your intimate, important relationships, those more closer friends, are in your 7th house, the conglomerate of those relationships as a whole exist in the 11th house. So we can also include acquaintances and alliances. Now, the 11th house is technically a money house, funnily enough, and it's the house of gains, of future hopes and dreams, where you can contribute to a community and it helps you build your future. Patronage, for example, exists in this 11th house as well. Your sporting teams, your Facebook groups, your Discord communities that you join. It can actually also be your band, you on a stage performing and collaborating with other musicians. Now, this 11th house is occupied by Leo, so we see Leo themes in this area of your life. The ability to run an event, to run a shindig, to throw a party, for example, to have confidence and enthusiasm, to bring people together, to lead the social cohesion, to lead the social group potentially. It's optimistic, it's enthusiastic, it can be performative sometimes. Now, just because it's your 11th house doesn't mean it's actually you. You could just choose to surround yourselves with rather performative, sometimes famous, sometimes overly confident, dramatic, or creative people. Leo is ruled by the sun, it's a solar sign, and so it also speaks to our ego and our need for validation or recognition from others. Now, when it oscillates at a very low frequency, it can be quite arrogant, attention seeking, potentially. It needs to be in the spotlight and somewhat stubborn. Now, Jupiter expands anything it touches. So putting Jupiter in the 11th house of Leo, there could be some confidence around throwing events, having fun with more people, inviting more people to your social network. Jupiter typically is known as the lucky planet, but it's not really that. It's more about what does it have to teach you? What can you receive in this time to make you more self-reflective about your place within your community? And ultimately, what do you want to contribute, advise, consult with regard to the broader social network that you occupy? Jupiter will expand anything it touches, so it will give you more visibility, one would think, when it comes to your friendships and the types of people you allow into that circle. More than anything, it's looking for meaning, meaningful friendships, loyal friendships, and potentially an abundance of them. Now, the 11th house also has something to do with social law, as in LORE, the customs and rituals that are accepted by the collective. So this can mean if you are exposed for something that is not acceptable in the social order of things, something a little bit taboo perhaps, that might hinder your popularity, let's say. Now, Jupiter also rules Sagittarius' 3rd house and your 6th house of Pisces. What does that mean? The 6th house of Pisces is all about your acts of service and basically what you focus on or what you refine. Now, the Pisces themes give it a bit more of a psychological tint. Potentially, you are of service to your friends and you've been giving too much of yourself away. So Jupiter could actually make you feel rather socially exhausted in this time, one would assume. Additionally, Jupiter is ruling over your speech and the way you communicate and generate ideas. And your local community. This 3rd house is your neighborhood, your relationships with your siblings. So you could be introduced to your siblings' friends or their social network, or you could find that you end up being a teacher, holding workshops, or attending a lot more of them. That has something to do with your social grace in this time, let's say. In a nutshell, Jupiter isn't just activating your 11th house of Leo, it's introducing Leo themes to your Jupiter-ruled houses, the 6th house and the 3rd house. So that could mean, again, potentially you've been giving too much of yourself away and you are overwhelmed and exhausted with routines, and what you've normalized is actually overcommitted. I would see this as a net positive stereotypically. I'd obviously have to look at your chart. There's a lot of expansion in areas of what you want to communicate, what kind of things you want to learn, and basically you getting to know more and more people. Whilst at the same time, your 6th house is going to be really active, and there could be some invisible work you do that doesn't get recognized or doesn't get validated. Or you might not feel like you're being seen for who you truly are. Maybe you realize in this time that you are rather performative with certain friendship circles, and that's not you actually showing up authentically. So while it is, as I said, stereotypically favorable, I would be aware of what's going on in that 6th house of Pisces just to make sure you don't burn out, let's say. Now, Jupiter is entering Leo as of today, basically. And throughout the month of July, so many aspects happened. So I'll be following up on this video. This is an overview of Jupiter entering Leo for you, Libra Rising. Hope that helps. Go bye.